bucks there. At 120 bucks, indeed.
Might have another couple.
We've got 3, 4 out of him. They're starting to pick up a bit now.
That may be the case, but then there's Mother Nature to deal with. Pot luck strikes again.
One up here, I don't know whether he's come undone, but he's got over the top of a rock by the looks of him.
If they can't free the float, which is attached to the pot, they'll lose the pot and whatever catch it holds.
Lying right on the bloody rocks.
Their catch rate is low. They can't afford to lose any gear.
It's wrapped around them.
The Gουίλιαμ Νόρλινκ has circled back to try and retrieve its duck pot.
You know, here we go again. Damn pot.
Danny slides a metal pipe down the rope to try and dislodge the snagged pot.
Like if the tide's taking the rope around, it's hooked under a crevice, the pipe will go down and it'll just drop the rope away from the crevice, and it might just give you a little bit of a purchase from another angle.
The pipe does its job.
Yeah. He's there.
But it's only half a win. The pot is empty.
It's a bit of a bugger. Sometimes they're quite good, but not today.
Got him back, so that's all right. Don't like leaving any soldiers on the battlefield, that's for sure.
The Baralee also has a soldier missing.
It's gone over the rocks too. Hey, it's gone over the rocks.
One of their lobster pots is stuck on a rock.
Oh, it's wrapped around. It's on the rocks, so probably is another coffee.
It's not always what's in the pot when you get it back. I mean, the price of the pot and the rope and the buoys is probably $300 odd as well.
There's no margin for error. Jai hands over to the more experienced Nigel.
Just move back.
This is a very important throw because if you throw it too hard, being a grappling iron, it can actually get stuck behind the rock. You lose your grappling iron plus your pot. The closer you can get, the easier the throw.
Just go the rope, will I, eh? Oh,
Now we're in trouble.
stand back, you blokes.
The ocean swell and sharp edges of the rock makes it a challenge, even for an old sea dog like Nigel.
I don't want to get it hooked on the rock.
Yeah, I know, that's the trouble. Nearly. I get 2 coffees.
Righto, Ernie.
You got the rope.
He's got hold of the float line.
Not in reverse, mate. I'm trying to get away from that rock.
Skipper Warren manoeuvres the boat to improve the angle of the tow. They've got to be careful not to snap the line.
I see where it is.
What one pot? Let me
one.
go. Let him go.
This one.
Put him on the water, mate, hey?
Let him go, Jai. Let the old fellas at her.
That's got it. The line's free.
Want to just tip that in?
But the float is covered in seaweed and it's super heavy.
Just
Yep. No, Joe, come here, mate. Give me a hand. Get it. Just think I'll go around.
take it off the hauler. Take that one off the hauler. Lift it over there. Righto, get out of the way.
Now it's time to find out what's in the pot.
Better have a crayfish in it.
Octopus.
You get a eh?
Octopus love lobsters, but lobster men hate octopus.
After the hockey, been in there, look at this, he near killed the lot. We'll get one out of him. One. Dead. Dead. See, threw all his legs off. He's no good. So we lost 3 out of that pot.
Got the pot back, that's the main thing.
The Bass Strait, King Island.
up there behind sort of thing.
We're getting a delivery.
Why?
Why not? They've been down to town today, so they got us a Boston buns. That's, you know, many forms of luxury in life, isn't there? So tomorrow morning for morning tea at coffee time, there's going to be Boston buns. So that's just a, yeah, bit of a treat. Be all right. Some people like to go to the Maldives for luxury, but we're fairly easily pleased. Al, you bought me, can you tell me you bought me the wrong one? I want the long, skinnier one. Can you tell him to take that back and go?
I didn't buy it, mate. Just don't crap the whole game.
You pull yours, I'll put mine. Thanks, Donny.
All good.
Oh.
It's been a rough few days for all of the lobster men. Danny decides he and Rick deserve a treat.
Yum, yum. Boston buns, eh? They're a bit like hot cross buns, aren't they? You can't have too much butter on a hot cross bun. You just can't have too much. It's just, you put it on like icing on a cake. Right, I'll knock some coffees up. You want any Boston bun, Richo?
Yeah, I'll go.
Boston bun. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Way better than a kick in the head, yeah.
It's no ticket to the Maldives, but when you've been at sea for weeks on end, it's as good as a holiday.
Oh, the delicate flavours.
Out the front of Port Davey, Tasmania. And there's no quick fix holiday on the horizon for the bold contender. Their big red disaster run shows no sign of slowing down. Squizzy started hunting big reds, but gave up. After bagging half a tank full of brindles, he's back for another go at big reds on his way back into port. But their last 15 pots have come up empty.
This is why the price of lobsters gets to $100 a kilo, because we can't catch them. It's that simple. You got to laugh about it, otherwise you'll be crying. This morning we're just rolling up $100 bills and smoking them. That's how much money we're losing.
When a whole shot comes up blank, Tassie tradition demands that the skipper runs around the boat, naked.
I don't want to take my pants off. Oh, yes! Yeah! Woohoo! Got one! My pants are staying on. I don't have to go on a TV show with my pants down. Wicked. I've still got it.
With Squizzy's naked body run officially off the table, the reality of the horror shot starts to hit home.
Absolutely nothing. It's not even worth being here. Just a waste of time. Except for that pot. That pot looks all right. I see one. Five. That one pot caught half as much as the other 40 odd. Some of the lobster bottom here in Tasmania is just like that rock underwater. Big steep cliffs, big ledges, big drop-offs, caves, and the crays love it.
They might love the location, but they're not loving Squizzy's pots.
The lobster's king of us anyway. When they're not moving, they don't go in the pots, and it's that simple. It's just not economical at all. Even if it was $200 a kilo, it'd still be going backwards.
It's been their worst shot of the season. Squizzy's had enough.
25. The weather ahead looks and catching 25 lobsters for one day is just eating into our small profit we've already made. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them. So it's time to go home. It's time to cut our losses and get going. I'm out of here.
This is what the season's lobster tally looks like. The Gουίλιαμ Νόρλινκ has 572 and rising. The Anson's Bay is still at port with a broken engine. The Minamurra has 313. The Baralé has 127. And the Bold Contender has caught 395 reds for the trip, adding to their 857 brindles from trip 1. Skipper Danny is at the Harbingers, and this is why. They're about to hit their target of 600 lobsters any moment now.
Hold it up, Richo. Yeah, the boys. You always want one more. You just want one more. You can catch 1,050 crays for a day and you want 1,051.
It's Big Red after Big Red.
40.
Danny's not just on target now, he's above target with a whopping 668 lobsters.
Oh, look, the target is the bare basics, you know. The target is where we're going to be happy at. You know, 600 crays, we're going to be happy at that. 700 crays, we can be really happy. 800 crays, you know, getting pretty juicy.
So Danny has decided to stay. He's been at sea for more than a month already. What's a few more days?
Keep the wolf from the door, I suppose. Keep the kids and the internet shopping and all that kind of stuff. Keep it all rolling.
Next time.
You're right, was I was just waking back on.
High drama on board the Baralé.
A rope's got the potential to fly off the hauler, dragging them over the side.
Get out of the way.
The Minamurra hits the jackpot with Big Red gold.
That'd have to be 3 kilo.
And a seasoned latecomer zeroes in on the fleet.
The price of the lobsters jumped up dramatically last week.
Hoping to clean up.